Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to UCTV, presented by Unitas Caritas. We are here live at Diamond Nation in wonderful Flemington, New Jersey, here to bring you some Immaculata Lady Spartans softball action. Today they will be facing off against the Robbinsville Ravens. Head coach for the Ravens today is Carly Peditto. Robbinsville is 2-1 on the season, 0-1 in the CVC Colonial Conference. And as for your Immaculata Lady Spartans, they are led by head coach Gary Burry. They are currently 1-4 on the season, 0-3 in the Skyland Delaware Conference. Immaculata was able to capture its first win of the season just a couple days ago with an 11-0 win over West Windsor Plainsboro North. They're going to look to keep that streak going today here against Robbinsville. Last contest between these two teams was May 18th, 2023. Roughly 2 years ago, Robbinsville took down Immaculata in a 3-2 contest. Immaculata is going to look for their second win of the season. And they're going to start off in the field. Currently have the southpaw on the mound, number 9 freshman Maddie Falvey. Falvey pitched in Immaculata's last contest as well versus West Windsor Plainsboro through a complete game, one hitter with 11 strikeouts. So she got off to a good start this season. She's looking to get off to another one here today. They're just about ready to get go here at Diamond Nation. Thrown down to second has been completed. Immaculata is going to take their rightful places out on the field. And we're going to be underway in today's game in just a few moments. Take a quick look at the defensive structure for the Spartans. Have up on the board there. We're going to get ready with the first pitch of today's game. Falvey starts. Finds the outside corner on that one. 0-1, and we're off. Got that one up to 59 miles per hour. The 0-1. Fouled back off to the right side. In the box, leading off for the Ravens, junior number 2, Katie Murphy. She found herself in a quick 0-2 hole. Falvey sets up behind the mound, looks in, fires. Tries to get that one inside, fouls it straight back. Got that one up to 60. So, pretty quick pitcher for a freshman player.
You gonna welcome me back in the booth, Jacob?
Oh, Patrick, I didn't. I wasn't sure when you were going to unmute your mic. I didn't know when you wanted your grand entrance. But yes, welcome.
Oh, this is my grand entrance now. Right now, our lefty pitcher is challenging with heat. It's a good pitch right there inside, changing a little eye levels. Maybe she goes to her first off speed here.
Yeah, she's definitely pounding the inside so far with the fastballs. We'll see what she does here on a 1-2 count in her favor.
Still sticking with the cheddar. Maybe she's setting her up for something down and away. A nice little changeup if she has one in her arsenal will be great right here.
Got that one up in the eyes, 2-2 count. Falvey looks. And that one's going to be sent out into straight center field, and that will be caught. Falvey records the first out of the game here. Surprisingly stuck with all fastballs on that one. Murphy got good metal on it. But it was just hit directly to the center fielder. Stepping in now for the Ravens, sophomore number 13, Lucy Canuso.
Got the corners in here, maybe expecting bunt from their 2-hitter.
Yeah, perhaps could be another one of those slap hitters as well.
Yeah, softball's a very interesting, fun game if you're a good bunter because the base paths are close, and especially if you're a lefty, kind of doing that little Ichiro slap hit, and you get down first base pretty quick. Good pitch there.
Finds the outside corner on that one. That one actually had a little bit of run to it, as we could see from straight behind the booth here.
Maybe a little two-seamer with that action.
Yeah, well, that was my bread and butter, was living on the outside too.
Challenges her again.
Yeah, puts that one right middle. And Canuso fans right through it, 1-2 count. One, two. Gets it up in the eye level, can't lay off it. And Falvey gets her first strikeout of the game, taking down Canuso. 2 outs, nobody on for the Ravens. Number 33, freshman Juliana Amoroso steps in.
Great sequence in that last at-bat, challenging her, staying away with the fastball and picking the corners, and then gets her to chase up and high.
Yeah, absolutely, Patrick. I know it's a little bit early on, but Falvey has really found success, you know, nitpicking the inside and outside parts of the plate and definitely getting it up into the eye level to induce a swing as well. So pretty impressive stuff to see from Falvey, especially at the miles per hour she's throwing it as well. 1-0 jams her inside. That one's coasted down into left center. That one's hit all the way out to the wall. And the Ravens are going to settle for 2. Amoroso turns around on a quick pitch inside and nails that one out into left center. Gets her team a double. Runner in scoring position. The Ravens have a chance to score.
Yeah, the first 2 at-bats right there. She did a good job waiting in the on-deck circle, seeing the heater come in, took a couple pitches, and then got her barrel on it. Double in the gap.
Subbing in for the Ravens now, senior catcher, number 28, Tulin Ali. She's going to look to drive her teammate home. Falvey jams that one inside. That one falls just out of play. Beyond the reach of the Spartans' first baseman, Stefanski.
Yeah, to be successful in this game, Falvey's going to have to try to live on that inside corner against the righties, because we all know, in any level, baseball, softball, no matter what, a lefty on righty matchup is pretty tough for a left-handed pitcher.
Yeah, it's also usually the commonality, so you just got to learn to work with it. As Falvey drops in a nice change of pace change up there and gets her looking at it right down the middle, finds herself ahead once again in the count 0-2.
It's the first off-speed pitch we've seen from her, switching it up here. Good sequence from her. She's looking to put her away right now.
And she won't be able to do that just yet as she tries a fastball low and in. That one is just fouled off to the left side.
Be interesting to see if she goes back to that changeup right here.
Yeah, it seems like she's a little bit out in front on the fastball. We'll see.
Stick with the fastball. Good play there.
I thought that one was caught in the air, but they'll throw it on to first and still get the third out anyways. Up to 61, Falvey in the first inning. She goes down scoreless. The Spartans will come to bat here in the bottom of the first. Welcome back here to UCTV. We're just about ready for the bottom of the first inning. Immaculata to lead off. Heather Ryden is going to step in the box for the Spartans. On the mound today for the Ravens, number 3 junior Lexi Lopez. And she finds the first outside corner, 0-1.
Back to what we were talking about before, Ryden is one of those Ichiro slap hitters, I like to call them, where she can lay one down and get down to first base pretty quick, and she bunts here, just foul.
Yeah, Ryden has found some success early on in the season, hitting well into the 400s with this sort of maneuvers.
Yeah, great bat-to-ball skills for Ryden here. 0-2 count, she's got to tighten up, look to drive something the other way.
See what Lopez responds with. We haven't seen anything but a fastball and only 2 short pitches. And she finds her pitch on the outside corner for strike 3. Lopez takes down her for the first out of the game and the first strikeout for her.
Yeah, good pitch. She got that call the first pitch of the at-bat, and then she came back to it with the strikeout pitch. A little outside for my announcing abilities, but I'm not behind the plate right now. Good pitch by the pitcher.
Well,
getting the call the first time, I'd go back to it again.
Well, Patrick, as someone that's played at Diamond Nation a few times in their life, I could tell you that the outside corner, for some reason, is always called very, very conservatively here. So it's pretty interesting to come back years later and see it hasn't changed too much. And then to be fair, I thought Immaculata was getting some of those calls out on the outside corner too, as well.
Yeah, not to be a little Keith Hernandez here, but we just saw 2 balls right there that the umpire called that was a strike to Ryden, that last at-bat. Good 3-0 pitch coming back there.
Standing in the box for the Spartans, number 8, Ava Giglio. She's got a hitter's count right here, 3-1. She's going to take a swing at that. 3-2 full.
So a 3-0 at bat, Jacob, right to start the game. You can see a 3-0 count. Would you be aggressive with your players right there?
Giglio fouls that one back. To answer your point, usually in most circumstances, a 3-0 count is just an automatic take. I personally would like to be aggressive on a pitch that's completely in your zone, but usually that's up to the subject of the coaches, especially at this level. As Giglio watches that one high and away for ball 4. She trots on over to first, and Immaculata has their first base runner of the game. 1 out, 1 on.
Yeah, good at bat there. Worked it 3-0. Saw 2 strikes and was able to lay off, take her walk, set the table up for the top half of the order.
In for the Spartans now is Falvey. She looks at that one on the outside corner, 0-1. She's going to look to help herself out here with the swing of a bat. Swings at that one away, 0-2. If I'm Lopez seeing the early strikes call, I'm staying out there, and I believe Falvey would do the same.
Yeah, 3 straight pitches right in the same spot. Great pitch in there by the Robbinsville starter.
Yeah, Lopez definitely should live there, especially against lefties. Especially with the little 2-seamer action you get from the right-hand side. Anytime you can get that spiraling away from the hitter, it's going to get them good. And then also, like that pitch right there, you can start that 2-seamer pretty much in the other batter's box to get it to fly back, and most hitters will take it, especially with how conservative the zone has been. She's living there. Throw down. Beat the runner by a mile. However, it was not successfully handled by Robbinsville, and Immaculata has a stolen base.
Yeah, the throw is definitely there. It was a nice pop-time reaction by the catcher. I think it was just a missed tag, or maybe the ball came out of the glove.
Yeah, she got the tag down, but on the application of the tag, the ball had popped out, and looks like they ultimately ruled her safe. But I know I was saying to you in pregame, this Robbinsville catcher has quite an arm. But nothing will come of that stolen base, as Lopez finds yet another strikeout for her in this bottom of the first. 0-0 here after 1. Robbinsville coming out once again. Welcome back here to the top of the second. We're just about ready to go. Once again, Falvey with their first pitch. Tries an off speed there on the outside. Nothing to come of it, 1-0. The 1-0. Finds that on the outside corner, 1-1. The 1-1. Gets a swing and miss on the inside corner, 1-2.
Great pitch there, 1-1 count. Falvey comes inside. That's the spot I lived on, Jake, when I used to pitch back in the day. Threw that little 50-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball inside. Got a lot of jams on there. Yeah. Looks like she's going to go right back there, set up by the catcher. Hit the spot. Nice job fouling it off, 1-2 count.
Yeah, in the box for the Ravens right now is number 23, Caroline Kaffer. Yeah, Pat, if you try to come inside with that weak fastball you got on me, you could be assured that it's going 450 dead center.
I think it'd be a pop out to my third baseman. Oh, good pitch there. Looked like a little maybe two-seam or slider action coming there.
Yeah, Falvey tried that outside corner, did not get the call on that one. Counts even at 2-2. He sets. Fires that one in right down the middle and gets another strikeout.
I know it's early, but I'm very impressed how Falvey is setting up batters. One there for 3 straight pitches on the inside. Changed the eye level a little to the outside. As a batter, she got frozen the next pitch, because guess where the next pitch was, Jacob? Right down the middle. Great pitch sequence there by Falvey.
Yep, absolutely. Falvey keeps attacking that fastball on the outside corner, 0-1. Misses that one low.
Hard to tell up here what's low and what's high, so
yeah.
Nice call there by you. I would have thought that was down the middle.
Yeah, well, you learn a thing or two when you've seen a thing or two. That is a hidden advertisement.
You must have missed me in the booth, man.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a smile on you in a while.
I mean, I wouldn't put it like that now. Come on.
Nice shot there. That must be Rob Hellwig Jr., Bobby.
Yeah, little Hellwig.
With the beautiful camera angles. Let's go to his camera angle. Change that.
Let's take a look at that. Yeah,
there
I got you.
Nice little side shot. The Spartan ace Falvey on the mound.
What else could you possibly want at UCTV, huh?
Oh, sweet pitch there. Off speed gets her to chase. Falvey's up to what? 3 strikeouts now.
Yeah, three or 4. I'm starting to lose track of all the strikeouts already. We got a bit of a pitcher's duel on our hands, it looks like. And with a very gracious outer half of the plate, we'll probably see a lot more of those. Two outs, nobody on. Falvey is living on the edge. She is finding that outside corner miraculously so far through these 2 innings. 0-1 count.
The parrot has been chirping today, Jake. You just said that. You know, if you could get the call from the umpire, you're going to live there. Good job there shooting it the other way. Just foul.
Good contact there from Lexi Lopez. Can't keep that one inside the white lines. We're going to have a quick 0-2. I know Falvey's going to look for a 3-pitch strikeout on her, as Lopez got her in the previous inning on that as well. 0-2, Falvey delivers. Just misses that one inside. 1-2 count.
We'll give a little UCTV shout out to the Immaculata lacrosse team beating Somerville at Somerville 9-5. So good job there, Spartans.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, it was a 10 a.m. game, Jacob. I don't even think you were awake at 10 a.m.
I cannot confirm or deny that accusation, so I will leave it at that. 1-2 for Falvey. And she got her on the outside corner. Maddie Falvey strikes out the side for the Spartans. And we're headed to the bottom of the second. 0-0 score here at UCTV.
It ain't much better over here either.
Just about ready to go here in the bottom of the second. Immaculata sees their first pitch low. Up at the plate for the Spartans right now. Number 3, Molly Ferreira. She takes that one on the inner half, 1-1. The 1-1. Herrera sends that one straight up in the sky, right next to the pitcher's mound. And that one's dropped. Molly Ferreira is in the middle, and she finds herself sliding into second base. A little bit of
That was a little Olay action, Jacob. That was hit like a Rory McIlroy iron shot. It's a pop fly from Molly, making the most out of the error, taking second.
I don't know about an iron shot, but it looked like that gap wedge in the first playoff hole against Justin Rose.
That might be the last golf reference we make here at UCTV. We've used that a lot.
And it looks like McGillivray got that butt down, but it ended up hitting her.
Wow, so that hit her in fair territory. And Coach Burry right now is questioning the call. The umpire called her out because it hit her in fair territory.
Yeah.
They're going to talk it amongst themselves.
That is one of the things that happens more often. Softball.
That is a sign of a good coach. Coach Burry right there had them convene because the field ump has a better view of that call, and it was the home plate umpire's call.
Listen, see. A little bit of stoppage in play here. And it looks like we're going to get the official ruling of an out.
Coach Burry looks completely displeased, and I can't argue with him. We're going to have to look back at the VOD, I call it, and look at the replay back after this broadcast to see if that was the right call or not.
Tough draw for the Spartans. As there's a strike there. In on Sofia Alcivar.
Still a runner in scoring position. 1 out for the Spartans.
I'm not too much of a softball aficionado, so I'm not sure how that would be graded in the scorebook. You know, I do have to take a look at that, I must say. The 0-2, Alcivar takes that on the outside, 1-2 count. You know what I'm saying? If you
Yeah,
if you
I
hit
agree.
yourself,
I'm gonna guess they would count it as a strikeout.
that would be. I mean,
'Cause I don't know if there's a ruling for that,
is it, like
especially in a scorecard.
dash unassisted? I'm not sure. We'll have to get our non-existent production and stats team to
Yeah, I
get
know.
us the information.
We're hiring.
Happening.
Let me know if you could write. If you have skills of writing, that's it.
If you can use Google and you can breathe, you can join us at UCTV.
Good job here, staying alive.
Yeah, Salsavar found herself a bit behind in the count and was able to foul off a few pitches, and now she's found herself at an even 2-2. Finds that one. 3-2, full count. Salsavar really bearing down here. 3-2. That one is taken on the outside. That looked like a strike at the other 20 pitches I've seen out there, but nonetheless, Spartans find a little break.
Yeah, very good at bat there, falling behind in the account, shortening up her approach, fouling a couple off, and eventually working out a walk. Now Spartans have the table set, first and second, one out.
Yep. The 0-0. That one's inside 1-0. I think the people that are working the scoreboard out in right center behind us don't like us yapping so much as they got the window closed when they had it open earlier, so we do our best to work with everybody here. One. In the box for the Spartans, number 2, Emma Stefanski. She's going to look to do something here, get her Spartans on the board.
Surprised with this defense alignment in the infield right now. Looks like the infield's playing in. I would think they would be back to try to turn 2 here.
So gets Stefanski to wave. 2-2.
Not a good looking swing there. Looks like she was sitting on something, got completely fooled.
Yeah. The second baseman's a little deep in the hole, playing for a double play. So, as that outside corner has not been as effective as it has been the last inning and a half, we're now at 3-2 once again.
Another full count drawn by a Spartan.
Payoff pitch. She misses outside. Lopez has found herself in a little bit of trouble here in the bottom of the second. Bases loaded, 1 out. She's going to have a consultation with her catcher.
Yeah, bases loaded. The table is set for a freshman, Vanessa Visnick. So a big opportunity here for her to come through for the Spartans.
Yes, Visnick has a chance to do some damage for the Spartans. Fresh count, 1 out. The pitch. She sends that one foul off into the right side. You know, the fact that Lopez really hasn't found the outside half and there hasn't been too much of the calls, I'm going to be curious to see how she runs this here. She tries to put that one inside, misses, 1-1.
Yeah, the Spartans are definitely making her work in the bottom of the second here, running up her pitch count here early.
The 1-1. Misses that one high, 2-1. Yeah, one of the things about softball, too, is like pitch count really doesn't even matter that much because, you know, there's a lot less stress on the arm when you throw underhanded. Some of these girls throw for 100-something pitches easy. And, you know, you try to throw 60, 70 pitches in baseball, and, you know, you gotta go rest for a week. It's just the name of the game these days. 2-2 count. And she finally finds the edge on the outside corner. Strikes out Visnick. 2 outs, bases loaded. And Robbinsville is going to have a conference up at the center of the mountains.
Yeah, a little mound visit there just to kind of cool her down after working that big strikeout. She's got to come back and get another big out. Spartans still have the bases loaded with 2 outs.
You know, before that strikeout,
Top of the order here, too, for Immaculata.
yeah, they got their best hitter in Ryden up once again. She's going to take that one high. Not so much of a slap situation here since there's forces at every base, so Ryden's going to play this one straight up. One out.
Gets that outside call again.
1-1.
That one looked a little outside for my eye.
Coach Burry flings his arms up in the air over on the third base side. I can't tell what he's distressed with exactly.
That one was more like a strike on the corner.
As Lopez catches that outer half once again, 1-2. Lopez has battled back. She's looking to finish it here. And she does. She gets foul. She gets her Ryden swinging.
Queen-sized outs from her. 2 outs with the bases loaded. Big-time pitch in there by the Robbinsville starter.
Immaculata flashes danger and comes up empty-handed here in the bottom of the second. Robbinsville coming up here in the top of the third. And in the meantime, we'll give a quick shout out to our very own Unitas Caritas Foundation. UC was founded in 2018 by a group of Spartan alumni that were dedicated to preserving the proud Spartan tradition. They help with various capital improvements of the school, scholarships, and other services related to Immaculata and the alumni program. One of those things being what you are listening to right now here over at UCTV. So if you would like to help contribute to Immaculata, the live stream, and everything else in between, we would love for you to join us over at www.unitascaritas.com. Click and join, select the featured link, join the club. All it takes is a $19.66 donation to help keep the Spartan tradition alive. Or if a one-time donation is your thing, you could do that as well. Any and all donations are very much appreciated and utilized to their most effectiveness. So we're getting ready here for the top of the third. Falvey back on the mound. Throws that one high. Gets a foul.
Straight back at Jacob there with the foul ball.
I would have caught it if there was no net. Just saying.
You're looking for your, who's the Yankees guy? The old radio announcer that caught or got hit by the foul ball. That's an iconic moment, baseball moment.
Oh, yes.
Another one straight back out here.
Also would have caught that one. In the box for the Ravens right now, number 24, Jordan Grodsky. She finds herself in an 0-2 hole. Falvey toes the rubber, delivers. Misses that one low, 1-2.
Falvey's done a very impressive job here today, getting ahead of hitters, being able to get in these 0-2, 1-2 counts, and using her arsenal to effectiveness.
She has been fastball reliant so far. As she is right there, runs that up to 61, misses on the outside, 2-2. She seldomly flashes the changeup and the curveball, but they have been very effective when she has used them. And considering I've seen Grodsky foul off a few, I would have expected one there, but she hits a hot shot up the middle, fumbled up the middle, and she beats that one out. Ferreira could not corral that one right around second base, and Grodsky finds herself with a good piece of hitting up the middle. Robbinsville now has one on second.
Here, I gotta go on the camera.
0-0. Strike one. Falvey back serving. She looks. Bunt is shown, fouled off to the backside. One. Spartans have first and third inside. That's a ball. 2-1. Falvey sets and finds the outer half. 2-2 count.
Holy shit, Paul. All right, well, listen, just do what you got to do. Keep me posted, all right? But just take care of yourself. Let me know what's up.
And Falvey finds a generous strike call on the outside for another strikeout there. She finds the first out of this inning. 1 out. Runner on second. That one's fisted in play and spins out of bounds. Strike one. No score here so far. Just a little bit over 2 innings of work. It's been a bit of a pitcher's duel. Not too much trouble either of these pitchers have found themselves in, except for this recent inning. That one's popped foul. Cannot be corralled over there by Stefanski. Falvey's going to have another 0-2 count to work in her favor. Falvey steps up, the 0-2. Hot shot over to second. They can turn 2, and they do. Great piece of work for the Spartans. That was Ava Giglio over at second, corralling the shot, throwing it over to second for your 4-6 double play. That ends the top of the third here. Immaculata coming up with no score. Bottom of the third. Quick shot in fair play, and that one rolls foul.
I thought maybe she was going to be aggressive there and take it on the line to get the out.
Yeah. Giglio off that good defensive play, steps right into the box and just fouls that one off. Honestly, Robbinsville, Giglio was not that far out of the box. She should have charged that in play. That would have been an easy out. As Giglio fouls that off to the right side, she finds herself in a quick 0-2 hole.
I don't know if it's the approach by the Lady Spartans here, taking it to the right side off of this pitcher, but maybe they're late on the ball. I can't tell so far. Third.
Yeah, so one of the things most coaches always preach is the power alley being the right center. If you're a righty hitter, you know, just kind of like sitting back on the ball a little, trying to get your barrel on it. let the ball be in the zone as long as you can and be able to drive that out. So that's could be a contribution factor.
Yeah, that was a pitching ninja pitch right there. That ball started on the inside corner, and I think the Immaculata batter thought it was going to hit her and took strike 3 right down the middle.
Yeah, Lopez makes a fantastic pitch there. Finds herself with yet another strikeout, and fooled Giggly on that one as Maddie Falvey steps into the box.
Falvey's looking to create her own run support here. So far, it's been a pitcher's duel. Maybe this is a little Jacob deGrom moment happening right now.
We'll see.
Good eye there, taking that one outside.
Was Jacob deGrom a lefty hitter too?
Jacob deGrom was a lefty hitter.
I think he was. You always see that video of him hitting that home run in college.
And as I say was, is because the MLB has gone to the universal DH now, so we no longer see the great moments of pitchers hitting.
Well, I mean, Patrick, how could you forget about Shohei Ohtani?
Well, it's not really a pitcher. He's a glorified DH right now, so it's my thoughts on that.
No, you are right in all respects, but, we always just have to make point of the exception to every rule. The anomaly, would you rather. 2-2 count here for Falvey. Lopez delivers. Falvey fouls that one off, stays alive. The 2-2 again. Falvey sends that one sailing out on the left side. Another foul ball. Good AB by her. You go again here. All square at 2-2. Falvey drives that one out into right center. That one's going to get down in the gap. Falvey's rounding first. That one's rolling to the wall. She's getting over to second. She's going to try to find her way over to third. She slides and she's in. Falvey with a triple out here at Domination. Sends that one out into the right center up to the wall. She now finds herself in scoring position with one out. They're going to substitute her out, put in a courtesy runner, number 7, Aubrey Pagzowski.
As I said, Falvey getting her run support started there with the triple in the gap. She barreled that ball up, sat on it, came down the middle. She did damage with it, put it in the gap, and got 3 bases out of it. Maddie Falvey here, the bottom of the third, setting the table for the Spartans.
Yep. Falvey starts, and she's going to need Duffy to finish it as Caroline Duffy steps into the box. 0-1 count.
Yeah, the last 2 games for Caroline Duffy, she's been raking the ball all over the fields. The last game we did, she was barreling up the ball. So look for her to try to get something in right now for Immaculata to get on the board and to break the scoreless tie.
0-1 for Duffy. She shows bunt. Immaculata looked like they were going to attempt some sort of suicide squeeze there. Nothing to come of it. The 0-2, and they send Duffy down in order. 2 outs. Now stepping in, Molly Ferreira. That's a strike.
Yeah, Molly just indecisive there with that inside pitch. 0-1 count.
This is the meat of their order. Falvey, Duffy, Ferreira, 3, 4, 5. So, especially with a 1-out triple, you'd really hope to get one across here. So we'll see if Ferreira can pick up her former Spartan basketball teammate with a base hit here. If she leaves that one high, 2-1 count.
It's a big shout out to the Immaculata girls basketball duo.
Yeah.
Of Ferreira and Duffy.
Hitting 4 and 5 in this lineup respectfully.
Shooting guard and small forward.
Manning the left side of the infield at third base and shortstop. The 3-1. takes that one on the outside corner. 3-2, 2 outs.
They might be sitting together in graduation if there's no E names in the middle.
And she strokes that one over to the right side for out number 3. Lopez finds herself in trouble in 2 consecutive innings with runners in scoring position and less than 2 outs, and she's able to successfully get through both of them. And we are still knotted up here at 0-0 through 3 innings. We'll be back with you momentarily for the top of the 4th. Welcome back here for the top of the 4th. Bunt immediately hit on over to Falvey. She throws that one in the dirt. And Robbinsville is going to have their first base runner of the inning. It's going to be an E1 there on Falvey. First error of the game. Hopefully doesn't bode any issues for Falvey. As she gets back on track here with a strike on the outside half, 0-1. Juliana Amoroso stepping in once again for the Ravens. She slaps that one in the left side for a base hit. Robbinsville now has runners on first and second and nobody out. 28 Tulene Ali is going to step in the box now for Robbinsville. She's going to look to finally get her teammates on the board here with a base hit. Falvey needs to regroup, recollect herself, and start hitting her spots once again. Gets a sword there, pitching ninja, as Patrick alluded to earlier. Strike on the inside half, 0-1. Jam shot over to the shortstop. They're only going to get one over at first base, and they do that successfully. 1 out. Robbinsville's got runners on second and third, and Falvey finds herself in the most precarious spot she's had to deal with in the game today. As they're going to take a brief mound visit. Coach Burry out there is going to talk it over, see what their plan is moving forward. It'll be interesting to see how the Spartans play this one.
I'm back now, Jacob. Sorry, they called in the lefty to help out with the camera.
Oh yeah? You're left-handed?
Yeah, they needed a soft tosser.
Ah, okay. Last time I checked, I'm the lefty and you're the righty. Number 23, Caroline Kaffer. It's going to look to do something for Robbinsville. Immaculata has their infield in, 1 out. Falvey delivers. Throws that one high and inside. No runners are going to go. 1-0 count.
A big spot here for Robbinsville. Second and third, 1 out. Immaculata's infield's in. A little blooper will get over their heads right now and score 2.
Yeah, that happened in the Gill game a few times. They had the infield in, and Gill was just fisting it over, so That one is sent on over to Falvey, and the runner is not going to advance.
Wow, surprised there that they didn't send the runner from third home.
I mean, to be fair, I'm not, especially with the dimensions of the softball field like this, I'm not surprised in the slightest.
Yeah, but you got one out. You got to be aggressive in a 0-0 game.
I do agree.
That's why I'm sitting in the booth.
Well, maybe Robbinsville just has a lot of trust in their next hitter up here to do some damage.
Well, I got a lot of trust in the Immaculata pitching and Falvey. She's been great today, looking to get out of trouble here. Let's see if she can pull a little Houdini act.
We have seen a couple Houdini acts today so far from the Robbinsville side as well, so we'll see if Immaculata has the same stroke of luck. So that one shot on over to shortstop. Clean toss and clean out. Maddie Falvey works herself out of another inning, and Molly Ferreira with the clean 6-3 putout to end the aggression of Robbinsville. 0-0 count here after 3.5 innings. We're moving on here to the bottom of the fourth. We'll be back with you momentarily. Welcome back here. We're just about ready for the bottom of the fourth. Immaculata, number 21, Caitlin McGilliffray, steps in for the Spartans. We've seen some great defense from both sides of the ball so far in today's contest. We'll see who's going to strike first and where the levee is going to break.
Yeah, just taking you back to last half inning with as this ball's hit to the right side. Easy play there for Robbinsville, 1 out. Taking you back to last half inning, that's a tough play by Molly Ferreira. It looks simple, but you got second and third. Pressure situation, a 0-0 game. Sometimes you can tense up in those situations. So she did a great job staying sure there and making a great throw to first base.
Yeah, that's the equivalent of, I would say the basketball equivalent of a play like that is late in the game, tie game, and you're at the foul line shooting a pair of free throws. You know, it's one of those things you've done a million times before, but sometimes when the situation calls for it, it amplifies the emotions a little more for perfection. She was able to do that swimmingly. 2-0 count. 3-0 count for Alcivar. She's in the box. Probably going to look to take one here. She's swinging on a pitch low, sends that one over to the pitcher's mound. And a quick 2 outs for Robbinsville and a quick 2 outs for Lexi Lopez.
Yeah, I think we were talking about it earlier. Hold on, I just dropped the iPad. I'm doing the scoreboard right now, and I just dropped the iPad. So
There goes all the donations.
So talking about it earlier, we were talking about swinging at 3-0 there, and the Immaculata Spartan at last at-bat swung at 3-0 as this ball's grounded the pitcher. And quick work there as Robbinsville retires the side in order. We're going to head to the top of the fifth. But back what I was saying, we were talking about swinging at 3-0, and, you know, you were saying sometimes, you know, early in the game you like to see a pitch. Right there, I thought it was a great spot to swing at 3-0. I just don't think she got her pitch. That ball looked a little low, and it kind of threw her off. She got a weak ground ball there.
I'm gonna disagree with you slightly on that one, and I'll say this. Number one, in any fashion, 3-0 count, it's never good to swing at a pitch out of the zone like she did there. That one was low. That one should have been left there. Only got to look middle. Number two, especially in the game situation that we've been seeing so far, it's an 0-0 game. We're in the latter half of it. one of the key things that they need is base runners. So the number one thing that you need to get is base runners at this point in the game. So at that point as a coach, even as someone that likes to swing 3-0, you know, I'm like a Vladimir Guerrero Jr. type guy. I'll swing at anything. In that circumstance, even I would think that's probably the position where you take one and try to get one on base. But regardless of that fact, I'll tell you one thing from the multitude of coaches I've had. They say if you swing 3-0, you better do something with it, because if I swung 3-0 and I did that, then, you know, that's a direct line first class flight to the left side of the bench. And we're moments away here from the top of the fifth. Probably back out there once again. She'll be facing off against Lexi Lopez, who stands in. This pitcher's duel has extended both on the mound and at the plate between these two girls. And it'll continue here once again. As Falvey finds the outside half of the plate there, 0-1. Lopez is standing on the white inside the box. She's really up on the plate. And she drills Lopez.
I hope she's okay.
Right in the back of the... Looks like she caught the shoulder, the left shoulder. I'm going to take a moment.
Scary moment there.
Yeah, thankfully that wasn't in the head or neck area. It looks like Lopez is clutching over at her left shoulder. So, you know, you never want to see anybody hit, but honestly, there are worse places to get hit. Do we have Mr. Watson on hand?
No, we do not have the Watson Stroll on hand.
They're gonna. I mean, they get the pitcher gets a courtesy runner anyways. So Robbinsville does have that on there. Lopez, I think, has gone into the dugout. Can't see from here, but
we hope she's okay. She's out there right now battling, pitching a gem for Robbinsville, and you never want to see someone get hurt.
Of course. We'll see if she returns back out to the mound. Thankfully, all things considered, that isn't her pitching arm either, so we'll wait and see on that. But nonetheless, no outs, one on for Robbinsville. Falvey misses that one low, 2-0 count.
If Falvey's got to settle back in after that last at-bat and kind of resettle her emotions out there.
Back up again for Robbinsville, Jordan Grodzki. She has a hitter's count here at 2-0. Falvey misses that one high, 3-0. You know, usually when you drill someone like that, if it's not out of spite or intention, you know, it kind of rattles you a little bit. So it's going to take a lot to, you know, just step back in here and regroup. You know, especially for someone like Falvey, who's only a freshman. It takes a lot of mental composure, one, to play the sport, but number two, to be able to go from batter to batter and you know, regroup yourself. And she's done a good job so far, battling back here.
Yeah, it looks like she was listening to you out there. She's come back with 2 straight strikes.
Yeah.
3-2 count, needs to make a good pitch here.
I mean, I might be speaking loud enough for them to hear me below, so we'll see. But Falvey with the 3-2. Just misses that one low and away. They were stealing on the pitch regardless. Doesn't matter. As she walked Grodzki. And now Robbinsville knocking on the door of scoring once again. First and second, nobody out.
First and second, no one out right here. Immaculata's got the corners in. They got to be looking for a sacrifice bunt here to get the runners over.
Yeah, first and third are in. They do have the second and shortstop in the double play depth. Bunt is shown, fouled straight back, 0-1.
So playing baseball, Jacob, especially at a high school level, how much do they drill these kind of situations in practice? And you think, oh, we're doing this again. And then, right now in a 0-0 game, top 5, it's coming in handy right now to get a bunt down.
Yeah, bunt defense is always a priority in every level. So that one's sent up in the air. Alcivar dives for it over on the right side. She can't get over to it, 0-2. Yeah, high school did a lot of bunt defense just because we had a lot of teams in the conference that were small ball type of team. And even when I played up in college, I think the thing we worked on the most was PFPs, which is pitchers fielding positions. And as a pitcher myself, there's a lot of things that I don't.
Yeah, you guys get a bad rap for that.
I don't
pitcher fielding positions.
Well, all the positions I've played in my life always come with bad raps in terms of, as an offensive lineman, no one recognizes you unless you do something bad, and the same thing with a pitcher. At least playing defense, no one recognizes, your defensive play unless you do something bad, right?
You are the unrecognizable man who is the co-anchor of UCTV. Can you believe that?
Yeah. What a world we've come to. 2-2 saddled on over. And Immaculata gets their first out.
Yeah, productive out there by Robbinsville, moving the runners over, getting something to the right side of the infield.
Yeah, she was trying to lay a bunt down earlier in that count. Wasn't able to do it, and she's able to slap one over to the right side. So
call that a swinging bunt. She got the 2 runners over. Did exactly what her coach needed.
Yep, she does the bunt job no matter what, gets the runners over. Now Robbinsville is threatening once again. Second and third, 1 out. As we're done with that mound visit, ready to go once again. Stepping in for Robbinsville, number 2, Katie Murphy. Another opportunity for another player to do something for their team, and Murphy is the next one up. She's got 2 runners in scoring position. She flies that one out over to first base. And a great catch over there on the right side by Giglio. She makes another good play in this contest. Calls off Stefanski and is able to catch the pop fly out right behind the first base bag. Runners are not able to advance for Robbinsville. That's another one of those things, Pat. 1 out, runner in scoring position, third base especially. You either need to get that on the ground or you need to fly that in the air far enough to have a potential sac fly opportunity.
Yeah, sorry to ruin your spiel right there, but this one's popped straight back. The ball's going to be out of play. But that last play where that great catch happened, we got a 25 to 30 mile an hour wind gust, and I don't think our audience got to see it. We got a little jam signal there. Great call nonetheless, Jacob.
That's why we try to do the play-by-play radio commentary here, just so you don't miss any of the action.
Looking to pull another Houdiniac, Falvius. She's ahead 0-2.
0-2, 2 out. She needs to dig in here once more to get out of this inning.
This is a living on the edge moment.
Falvey looks, delivers, finds the outside corner. Maddie Falvey with a master class in recovery here at the top of the 5th. And Immaculata is going to come up to bat in the bottom of the inning once again in an 0-0 tie game. They're going to look to break this one open. Just about ready to go here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch. Drop bunt there. And it can't be fielded.
Yeah, good bunt there. Made the catcher make a play, and then first baseman wasn't able to handle that in between hop. Spartans get someone on here early.
Yeah, that was a very good bunt laid down. It beat Visnick in time, but Robbinsville was not able to complete the play.
Pretty impressive stuff by the freshman, too, Jacob, laying down that bunt, getting one of Immaculata's better hitters up, riding the runner on first.
Yeah, riding their leadoff hitter up at the plate. She's going to try a drag bunt there and misses that one out to the left side. 1-1 count. You got to assume Lopez is going to try to live out on the edge here, especially, in a circumstance where you want to bunt it over the left side.
Yeah, coach is having a conversation with Ryden right now, seeing how far the third base girl is playing in front of him. They just discussed something, and I think, if she pulls away from a bunt late and slaps hit down that third baseline, playing really in for my liking.
1-1.
Sticks with the bunt. Wow.
Wow, she flew down that line. No wonder she runs that every time. That's the first time, here at UCTV we've really seen Ryden get one down like that.
Yeah, Coach Burry said something, you got to leave 3 feet, put a little backspin on it, and you're going to have yourself a base hit. Great job executing there by Ryden.
I think what he probably told her was that she's going to live on the outside edge, so, really play out for that.
Got 3 bunt attempts in a row.
Yeah.
Make it 3 for 3. Playing a little small ball to manufacture a run here.
Yeah, there is some surgical maneuvers going on here to get some runs in this game. As Giglio has the 0-1. Shows bunt once again. That ball gets away. And Immaculata is going to advance runners to second and third. Nobody out.
Great reactionary discipline by the Immaculata Spartans there on the base path. As soon as the ball got away, both runners were in sync and took the extra base.
Yep. That's another one of those things we see a lot.
And a safety squeeze was called on. As you said, getting very creative to try to manufacture a run here.
Yeah, this is the suicide squeeze looks like they're going for.
Well, I wouldn't call it that. I would say it was more of a safety squeeze. Playing for the out at first, but playing for the run.
Well, Robbinsville's playing back, so it looks like.
Pop straight up. Third baseman comes off. Just gets back.
Wow. That was close.
It was.
Robbinsville's going to come out. They're going to call a timeout. Mound visit momentarily.
And back to what we were talking about earlier. That's how stuff comes together in the story. Falvey, the pitcher, who's throwing a gem right now for the Immaculata Spartans, comes up to the plate, second and third, table set for her to drive in her own run support as she's pitching a shutout right now. Wouldn't that be a story?
Yeah. She could definitely help herself in this aspect. I was surprised. I'm surprised Robbinsville was playing where they were. I think the bunt was kind of the right play there. They do not have the infield in at all. All this takes is a hit anywhere in the infield, and you probably get the run. They're going to call that strike on Falvey. I think that was just on the pitch and not on the swing. 0-1. Falvey fouls that one straight back. Lopez doing some surgery here once again. She finds herself in a better position than she was. 0-2 on Falvey. Lopez delivers. Tries to find the outside. Nothing to come of it.
Falvey's got to shorten up here, just try to get something in the air. That's going to score a Spartan.
They're going to appeal. No swing.
Very questionable call there from what we saw behind.
I know
it could go either way, but wasn't to the liking of The Robbinsville fans to our right.
I know we were supposed to be biased, but I didn't think she went. 2-2, Falvey fouls that one off. She's battling.
Good spoil there by Falvey.
Falvey has definitely been outclassed by Lopez in this AB so far, but we'll see if Lopez can finish her off. She misses that one outside.
It tries to go right back to that outside corner. Falvey's got to be looking there on this 3-2 count.
These are just so far outside. I'm surprised
know.
that they think it's close. Falvey fouls that one off. I mean, everyone in the park knows where the zone is, but you know, standing directly behind the plate, I've been surprised.
Yeah, we might have the best view of the strike zone up here.
It's the Diamond Nation strike zone, man. I mean, I don't know what it is. It's just
the universal strike zone.
Yeah. 3-2. Falvey's been working tirelessly. She's going to try to get something here. And she leaves that one high. Falvey manufactures one heck of a walk there.
Yeah, great AB by Falvey. Another freshman for the Immaculata Spartans, sticking with that at bat, spoiling off a couple outside zone pitches and then getting that fastball up high and laying off, taking her walk, and now bases loaded for the Immaculata Spartans. One out. Caroline Duffy to the plate.
Yep, Falvey's going to get a courtesy runner. It's Paxowski coming in for her over at first. And number 30, Caroline Duffy, steps into the box. She's looking to break this game open. Tries to lay one down and misses. 0-1. Duffy has a chance to play hero once again here. She settles in and looks. Lopez delivers. That one's high over the top. No one's going to advance.
Oh, we have two Spartans on a base.
Play at the plate. And Visnick is safe.
Gosh. What just happened? I think that Immaculata had two players occupying one base and they both came off. What just happened there, Jacob?
Oh boy, we're gonna have to take a look.
Oh boy.
We're gonna have to take a look at this.
As it stands right now, the Spartans take a 1-0 lead.
They're gonna have to call for an appeal if they're gonna want a different play here. So they're gonna have to reset. They're gonna have to call for an appeal and throw over to the bag if I stand corrected.
She may be right on that. When the play starts, she's going to step off.
I'm confused. There should be two players on. There should be two people on the base paths right now.
There should. They came off the base path. Should be a runner on second.
Immaculata just vacated.
Commotion here at Diamond Nation. Still in a lengthy discussion. Now even I'm confused.
We're going to call in our rules expert, Gene Sarator. Hey, Gene.
So this is Gene Sarator here. What I saw at second base was two runners occupying the same base. However, the runner at second was tagged out. That doesn't matter because that base is held. The runner on first, however, was tagged also, and they both crossed paths there, Jacob. So as it stands, both players should be out.
No, I don't. Both runners
did disengage the base.
Back runner, the forward runner.
We're going to debate this in the video.
They didn't pass the other. Listen, they didn't pass the other runner, so that's not the point. Two people can't occupy a base, but you can't call both of them out. You can call one of them out. Whoever retreated back to first,
the tag was on.
Stayed,
yeah,
but they just vacated already for some reason.
That runner should be out. The runner at second, however.
What's going to happen here is the run's going to score, and it's going to be the end of the inning because they just vacated first base for no reason.
I agree.
So,
the runner at second, however, became disengaged with the base. As you see, they're not on the base right now.
Well, whoever was at first was always on second base. They tagged out the runner that went from second to third,
I think we should go back to our instant replay.
The runner will score if it stays.
If it stays,
and they should. Well, the runner
plays now. Yeah.
First of all, there should be a runner on first.
I'm so confused.
There should be a runner on first. There should be listen. There should be a runner on first. They left, so now they're out.
I think we have the instant replay if anyone wants it.
Well, I'm gonna go back on YouTube and watch it. Actually,
Should I offer the instant replay to them, Rob, or no?
runners.
Well, per NJSIA rules, Jacob, they're not allowed to see it.
The runner scored, and now that play ends, and they just had a player leave the base paths, so they should be now out. This should be the end of the inning.
This is kind of one of those calls where you're like sitting on the couch, like arguing with each other. Like you got 8 guys around you, just debated, safer out calls.
All right, so I'm looking. I'm watching. I'm gonna watch the play here again. All right, so I'm watching the play here again.
Can we show the replay on our camera feed right here, Jacob? Can you get that feed up to our camera? Right here, Jacob.
There's no way they'd be able to see that. They're going to send Ryden back to second.
So Ryden took third after all the commotion, I think, right? Or she was always on second. She was the one that was tagged at second. They're going to call the runner at first out. And the runner at third scores.
Well, they're going to resume play here with Ryden at second. That one misses inside. That is one way to score a run. One of the
talk about breaking a pitcher's duel.
Yeah. One of the more unconventional ways to do so. But you have to understand that one player does have rights to that base, so they couldn't have. They would have had to have tagged both of those players out off the base.
Yeah, maybe all that commotion really helped the Immaculata Spartans because Duffy strikes out there.
Yeah.
But Immaculata manufactures 1 run here at the bottom of the 5th. We're headed into the top of the 6th here at UCTV.
Welcome back here for the top of the 6th. We had a bevy of commotion and rules
experts,
confusion.
analysts,
Yeah.
and wannabes were all chiming in on that call.
Well,
and I was
yeah.
definitely one of the wannabes.
Well, at the end of the day,
We got run support. 1 run for the
Yeah.
superstar freshman right now, throwing a gem.
Well, at the end of the day, the call that they ended up making was, in fact, correct. It was bases loaded, 1 out. There was 2 runners at second base, but 1 runner gets to claim it. So they called the runner at first out for the second out, and then the runner for the Spartans scored from third base. So that's why the runner at second that got to stayed, and that's why the run scored, and that's why there was nobody at first. So we were able to sort it all out. But, you know, definitely it looks like it takes a lot of confusion just to scrape across a run here in this contest. So that's where we're at right now. Immaculata leads 1-0 over Robbinsville. And Robbinsville is looking to go get back that one run. That one's sent out over into the bullpen. Out of play. Number 28, Tulene Ali steps in for Robbinsville. She's got an 0-1 count now. Falvey steps up, throws it, gets the call on the outer half. 0-2.
Yeah, really mixing in her changeup right now. Back-to-back batters. She's gotten someone frozen or weak contact on it. Maybe she goes right back to that pitch.
Fastball high, misses, 1-2. Changes the eye level.
Yeah, good pitch changing the eye levels there. Looking for something in the, I can't say in the dirt because I have to say the artificial turf here.
Yeah, this will probably be a fastball away.
Little changeup away.
No,
Gets her to roll over again, back-to-back outs.
I mean, it was the same speed as the fastball. One was up to 61, but it looks like probably might have been a two-seam, if anything. Robbinsville coach yells out to his team, positive thinking. Wants to keep his girls on set and within the game, and Caroline Capfer steps in again. She takes that one low. Ball one. Falvey looks, steps up to the rubber, delivers. Throws that one on the inside. Capfer fouls that one off her leg. She's going to take a moment to walk around and shake that one out. She's ready to go once again. 1-1 count. She calls time. Falvey is back to the pitcher's mound, toying with the rosin bag. It's like she's getting some sort of messaging from her dugout. She's ready to go once again. She toes the rubber. Fastball sharply hit out to second base.
3 putouts by her in the inning.
And a 4-3 out. Giglio gets it done.
Busy there at second base.
Yep. Falvey has thrown a gem so far, 6 scoreless. Immaculata coming up to try and add some insurance runs here in the bottom of the 6th as Robbinsville will be having their last ups soon. We're here back for the bottom of the 6th. Molly Ferreira in for the Spartans. Lexi Lopez is going to look to finish strong here and stifle the Spartans and hopefully scratch across a run in the top of the 7th. She misses that one outside. 2-0 count on Ferreira. Coach Burry giving Ferrer the 2-0 green light, yelling out over from third. That one's on the outside half, well placed by Lopez, 2-1 count. Lopez sets in. Ferrer takes a mighty hack, misses that one, 2-2. Lopez is living on that outside. Wouldn't be surprised if she goes back there once again. Ferrer steps in, leans in, looks. Lopez misses that one. A bit too far out in the box. Full count. Three-two. Ferrer hits that off the end of the bat, short through the middle. Can't beat that one out. 6-3 put out there for Robbinsville, and they got the first out of this bottom of the 6th inning. McGillary steps in for the Spartans. Ready to go here, 1 out. Looks that one inside. She was crowding the plate and got a little antsy with that one, so Lopez backs her off. And they're going to say that McGillivray went around. So Lopez has got her on a quick 0-2. She's postured her on the inside of the plate so far. We'll see where she goes. And makes quick work there of McGillivray. Great sequencing there. Throws 2 fastballs on the inside. Gets her a little bit uncomfortable and jams her with a good little fastball on the outside corner for a 3-pitch strikeout.
Yeah, quick bottom of the 6th here for the Spartans. Robbinsville pitcher doing a great job right now trying to get into the dugout, manufacture a rally.
Yeah, if Lopez is able to get this last out, then all Robbinsville needs is 1 in the top half to keep this game going. Alcivar takes a mighty hack over at the outside fastball. She misses that one. 1-1 count. Lopez steps in, fires once again on the outside half. 1-2.
I'm wondering if there's like a pitch clock on high school baseball, because gosh, these pitchers work so fast.
And another quick inning for Robbinsville, and Lexi Lopez has thrown an absolute gem so far in this game.
Yeah, pitcher's duel indeed, going into the top of the 7th. Immaculata holding a 1-0 lead. 3 more outs for Falvey, and Immaculata's going to come out with a W.
For as well as Lopez has thrown this game, and all flowers to her, Falvey has just been a touch better, not allowing any runs here through 6 innings. And she's going to come out here in the top of the 7th and try for another complete game shutout. We're moments away, ready to go here in the top of the 7th here at Diamond Nation at Flemington, New Jersey. Maddie Falvey is getting ready to look for her 2nd consecutive complete game shutout against Robbinsville.
2nd consecutive complete game shutout?
Correct, yes. Immaculata's last game was a couple days ago versus West Windsor Plainsboro. They won 11-0, and she threw 5 scoreless innings, 11 strikeouts, and 1 hit.
Dominant back-to-back games from the freshman. She's got 3 more outs to go for Jacob to be able to say 2 complete game shutouts the next game.
Yeah, and you know another crazy thing about that is, too, She finds the outside half on that outside corner. Crazy part about that, complete game shutout, she threw that 2 days ago. Is that something?
Yeah, it's the Iron Woman out there.
Yeah, softball pitching is quite of a different recovery than baseball. So, she is really the workhorse out there for the Spartans.
As we said all day, doing this in the first at bat in the top of the 7th, getting ahead of hitters. She's up 0-2 in this account. Has a couple pitches to spoil.
Fouls that one off. Still 0-2.
Up to 60 on the radar. She's been living around there all day. The flame-throwing freshman.
Yeah, she's gotten it up to 62 earlier in the contest, and she's still pinging those numbers here in the 7th inning. It's really good stuff to see. The 0-2 for Falvey. Jam shot fisted inside. And Robbinsville finds some luck. A little jam shot in the infield. And they're going to apply a little bit of pressure here.
Yeah, that's team hitting right there, passing the baton, just getting contact on the ball and not striking out. And it finds, a hole in the infield, and Robbinsville's got a runner on first, the tie and run.
Coming up to the plate is Lexi Lopez, another final edition of this pitcher's duel as Lopez drops down a bunt.
Good cover there by Duffy.
Good play by Duffy to get Lopez out. She's going to move the runner over to second.
Productive out from the opposing pitcher.
Very much so. That's going to bring up number 24, the junior, Jordan Grodsky, to try and scrape across a run for this Robbinsville team. One out here in the top of the 7th. Falvey looks, delivers. She misses that one high, 1-0. Definitely down to the wire in this game. It's been a great contest so far. Pitcher's duel. Falvey's looking to close it out here. Falvey tries the outside half, misses that one there. Falls behind 2-0 here on Grodsky. Immaculata's defense in pretty fair depth, just looking for the out. Grodsky calls time behind the plate. It's going to take a moment. She steps back in. Falvey looks, sets, and delivers. Throws that one high and inside near Grodsky's face. Misses her, 3-0 count. Now, Pat, we're back in the circumstance of a 3-0 count. Don't want to do anything here.
Definitely don't want to swing here.
Don't have
Falvey
outs to
being
afford.
wild.
Yeah.
Might be a good time for a mound visit.
Falvey's probably just going to lay this one in here, and Grodsky's probably just going to take, so we'll see the 3-0. As expected, Falvey regains that one back with a strike, 3-1 count. Grodsky in the driver's seat here. She's really up in on that box now. She sets, Falvey delivers. Good contact out over to the right side. That one's foul, 3-2 count.
Just missed her pitch and got it off the end of the bat. 3-2 count now for Falvey. Right back into the at-bat. Looking to put her away.
Arguably one of the biggest pitches of the game here. It's either 2 outs or 2 on. We'll see who reigns supreme. Falvey, the pitch. Hot shot over to Falvey. She corrals it. Flips it on over for the second out. That moves the runner over to third. Falvey with a little PFP action there for the 1-3 putout.
Yeah, good hands. Good reaction time there by Falvey. Getting the runner out at first and not, sometimes in those situations you can get tense seeing the runner break for third and want to throw over there. But good job staying disciplined by the freshman and getting the out at first.
Mm-hmm. Looks like they have a pinch hitter up, but Coach Burry is imploring something.
Do we have to get Gene back into the booth for this one?
Coach Burry out at the pitcher's mound with his clipboard, speaking to his team. Might be, I don't know if he's got like a scouting report going on over there, but
Yeah,
we'll see.
He's a very, very good coach. From what I've heard, he wasn't the coach when I was in school, but a lot of people close to me said he's a very good coach and a very good person. So I'm sure he's well prepared for this situation. Does it get much better than this? 2 outs, runner on third, Immaculata up 1-0. The freshman looking to put it away for her second straight complete game.
Early contender for Game of the Year. Falvey ditches the rosin, toes the rubber, throws the 0-0. Catches that one right in the upper part of the strike zone. 0-1.
Good getting ahead pitch there by Falvey, challenging the zone right away, showing that she's not going to back down from a fight here in the last at-bat.
Immaculata's playing deep, the third baseman up on the grass. The 0-1. Just fouled off. Falvey gets ahead 0-2.
Comes inside now. Now Falvey has a decision to make. She's got a couple pitches to try to get a chase, or she can come right back and gas the final out here with her fastball, which has been magnificent all day.
Yeah, one of the things, too, is you don't want to get this behind the backstop or anything. You don't want to pass ball. The 0-2 for Falvey. She delivers. Sent on over to the right side. Charged by the second baseman. Thrown on over. And that's your final. Maddie Falvey. Complete game shutout. Immaculata wins a thriller here over at Diamond Nation 1-0. Immaculata wins their second straight game in a row. They're going to improve to 2-4 on the season. Robbinsville drops to 2-2 on the season.
Winning's contagious. The Spartans pick up their second straight win. Falvey was dominant all day today, and the Spartans' defense was really playing lights out behind her.
Yes, this was one heck of a contest, a 1-0 game that was decided on a questionable call that obviously upset a lot of folks, but at the end of the day, it was the right call. But
I'm sorry to say that call that we all witnessed might be in the highlights afterwards, so we might be seeing it again.
Well, I mean, it's got to be, right? It's the only run that they scored, so.
Let's give a special shout out to our camera people, and I'll let you guide it that way.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Rob Hellwig and Mr. Bobby Hellwig.
We'll get them.
Always appreciate their fine work over here at UCTV and with the Unitas Caritas Foundation.
Say hi. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, we're having fun. The Spartans are having fun. Everybody's having fun. Clear skies, sun is out. Spartans win. Player of the game undoubtedly probably goes to Maddie Falvey. Second complete game shutout for her. She's probably been the sole proprietor of the last two wins for the Spartans. And Immaculata not only gets their first two wins, but gets their first win streak of the year. Like you said, Patrick, energy is contagious, so hopefully that shines through for the Lady Spartans softball team moving forward.
That's a live camera right there, Jacob. I want you to look into it, and I want you to give a big send-off to our Spartan faithful watching today.
Oh, well.
Directly into the camera, Jacob.
Oh, why don't you come over here with me? Well, we appreciate all of you coming out here for UCTV, presented by Unitas Caritas. This is the end of our game today here at Diamond Nation. Immaculata softball wins 1-0 over Robbinsville. So be sure to check us out at our next game. Don't have it off the top of my head, so make sure to check us out on Instagram at Unitas Caritas.
Make sure to follow that Instagram, and let's keep growing it. Make sure you're liking the post.
Yep.
Our next game, producer, when's our next game?
Instagram at Unitas Caritas.
The producer will get back to me in the meantime.
Instagram at Unitas Caritas. Facebook, Unitas Caritas Foundation. Very much appreciate all of you for checking us out here. www.spartanlimestream.com. Make sure you check all of our stuff out there. So with that being said, we appreciate it. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm Jacob alongside my co-host Patrick. We'll see you soon for the next UCTV broadcast. Take care, everybody.
See ya.